Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is Irv. I am here to, this is the first in a series of videos. I want to talk about weight loss for larger people. I have started a weight loss regimen. Started it about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that. Okay, so when I started this, I went down and I weighed in, and I weighed in at 405 pounds. Keep in mind that I'm almost 6'3". I'm not just big wide, but I'm big tall. So like I said, if I could lose 150 pounds, that'd be awesome. So how to do that? When you're as large as I am, exercising is tough. Weight loss happens with diet and exercise is the optimal way to do it, but when you're so large that you can barely walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing, I know that a lot of what goes on biologically actually starts with thought patterns. So that's the reason why I've included that. Positive thinking and positive mental health are a part of weight loss. So what I've decided to do is not call this a diet, because diets are made to be broken. This is a lifestyle change. A few years ago, I went on the Atkins diet. I bought the Atkins book. It's back here on my shelf somewhere. I bought the Atkins book. This has some great stuff in it. Problem with this diet is this isn't a diet. See, he even has the word diet right there. Diet. That's the problem with this. It's a diet. You go on it, you go off it. What happens when you go off of this? You balloon back up to where you were before. So it's got to be a more permanent change, and you've got to feed your brain. You've got to have the things you want to eat, because if you don't eat what you want to eat and what you like to eat, you're just going to go back to your old ways. So what I'm doing is I have a small bit of research behind this, and I've been criticized for this diet before because it's similar to Atkins. What I plan on doing is I'm going to avoid carbs. I say avoid because I'm not striking them off my list altogether. I already have gone through the induction phase as described in the Atkins book, which basically is 20 carbs for 2 weeks. 20 carbs a day for 2 weeks. I know when I eat right, I sleep better because I have sleeping issues. It's probably from being overweight. When I eat better, I sleep better. Here's my modification to it. I allow myself to cheat. And why do I do that? Well, first of all, you can't get all the vitamins and nutrients your body needs on a low-carb diet. That's just the way it is. The key is that the majority of the time, you're going to eat well. You're going to eat fish. You're going to eat poultry. You will occasionally indulge in beef or pork. Breakfast food. You know, you're going to avoid heavy starches. That's the point. If you can avoid heavy starches, because starches and carbs are broken down by your body into glucose, and it's easy for your body to do. So you're going to stay away from sugars. You're going to stay away from junk food. You know what junk food I'm talking about. Stay away from that stuff. Eat right. That's my plan. But in order for this to be long term, I have to feed my mind. If my mind wants something and I don't give it what it wants, then what happens? I'm thinking about, oh man, I can't eat what I want. And then it becomes more of a temptation. So as long as you're not doing it every day, okay. Now I have a friend that's already done this. He had to do this because he was diabetic. He couldn't afford the insulin. He's type 2. He's squeezing out some insulin naturally. And Dr. Atkins talked about diabetes in his book. Those of you who are diabetic, read the book, talk to your doctor. Don't do what my friend did, because he could have killed himself. He just cut sugar from his diet, went low carb. He's lost 40 pounds basically following this diet. Okay, so before I finish, when I started 3 weeks ago, I did a weigh-in. 405. And then after being on it for, well, I got sick. There's a couple of bugs going around right now. So anyway, I did another weigh-in, and we'll talk about weighing in another video, because I have to go to the doctor's office because normal scales don't weigh people my size. My mom's doctor's office, because I don't have insurance. I go with her to the doctor's office, and after they weigh her, I step on the scale. It's a digital scale. It's really nice. You can buy similar stuff off Amazon. They make some good scales for big people. But anyway, I went back. I went to the doctor's office, weighed in. I weighed back in. I weighed in first at 405, went back, and I weighed in at 389. 388, something like that. So I had lost 15 pounds. I haven't done another weigh-in yet. I don't know how much more weight I've lost. I don't have a scale here that I can weigh on. My mom hasn't gone to the doctor lately. So once I get down to a certain level of weight loss, I know I will be able to exercise. But until then, it's about portion control. It's about controlling the thoughts that I have, trying to keep positive about my life. Because if I get negative, if I get depressed, I'm going to eat. And I have a feeling that's a lot of people's problems. We'll talk about some of that stuff, some forthcoming videos. I got some other stuff I want to show you guys. So thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned.